Boom shakalaka. What's up, guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and happy Monday to all of you. Today we have a news episode for you. We'll be going over some of the latest news articles of the past week, maybe some of the big ones, and then we'll take a look at some cryptocurrencies, see some of the big gainers, maybe the big losers, who knows. We'll take a look at that. But, guys, before we get started, just wanted to say thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone mashing on that like button. And, guys, if you want to find out how to win a free Ledger Nano S at our late night live stream tomorrow night, Tuesday, at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, stay tuned. Now, the first story of this week that I just thought was so interesting is Bitcoin price slumps in synchronicity with Bitcoin price. That didn't make sense. Google, Bitcoin price slumps in synchronicity with Google search for Bitcoin. That makes more sense. And this leads to the conspiracy. Does Google popularity really affect Bitcoin price? Maybe I'll make a conspiracy theory episode about that. But taking a look at these two graphs. It's uncanny, okay? I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, but it's uncanny. So this graph up here, this first one, this is the popularity of people searching the term Bitcoin on Google. Now, we have down here, this is obviously the charts from CoinMarketCap. And look, they're identical. So, does that mean if we get more people searching Bitcoin on Google, price will go up? Quite possibly. And guys, it makes sense. Okay, I said it wasn't that ridiculous because of simple economics, little supply and demand. All right, the supply of Bitcoin is fixed, 21 million minus 4 million lost forever, 17 million Bitcoin. Okay, demand increases the more people search for it because they talk about it. They don't own any Bitcoin. They want to own it before it's worth $1 million, so they better buy some now. And then more and more and more. And as popularity goes up, as there's more adoption, price will go up also. So that's why people holding now, you can just hodl on Bitcoin and ride it to the moon. So thought that was very interesting. But it turns out that right now, Bitcoin is 19 times less popular than it was in like December, January. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Nobody's calling me up asking me how to buy Bitcoin right now, even though it's probably the best time. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice. You guys knew that. All right, next one. Okay, Bitcoin price nears 10,000 again as markets battle Mt. Gox maneuvers. Dude, who would have thought that Mt. Gox could strike twice in Bitcoin? So once in 2014 when it crashed, boom. Okay, drop price ridiculously. Once again, 2018, boom. Some Mt. Gox trustees sold $400 million of Bitcoin. And of course, the price shot down because he was selling off a huge amount of it. And yeah, so that's what caused, in case you guys didn't know, in case you didn't hear it before, that's what caused the most significant price drop that we saw. And then obviously the fudders doubting, selling off after that. They saw the price drop. They're like, I bought at 20,000, it's 10,000, I might as well sell now. So those people also, that's why the price comes down. But for those of us in it for the long term, it doesn't matter because chances are it's probably going up. Now, some other news. Coinbase, a big exchange you might have heard of, okay, they recently launched a 4-coin index fund only for accredited investors. So this is another way that Coinbase can make more money off of you. All right, but only for accredited investors. That means you have to earn at least $200,000 a year or have $1 million in the bank. But what is that 4-coin index fund? Of course, it's their 4 coins that they list on Coinbase: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bcash. All right, so you basically can do all of that. And guys, guess what? Coinbase is only going to charge you a 2% annual management fee. That's great. So you put in $100,000. That's $2,000 a year they charge from you, on top of probably the transaction fees that they charge. So, you know, they just figured, hey, money-making opportunity, this is awesome. But it's a good way for people to diversify their portfolio, okay? So in terms of wealth, they say, these are the experts, okay? What is it? Concentration acquires wealth, and diversification preserves wealth. That's Mr. Warren Buffett, who hates Bitcoin. But he doesn't know what he's talking about in terms of long-term investing, value investing, okay? So, in terms of that, for people who have a lot of money and who want to dip their toes into cryptocurrencies, this could potentially be a good way for them to do it. Now, also this week, Binance announced possibility of hack, and it's thought that the hack was working with the APIs that they had on there, so they're not exactly sure right now how the hack happened, but There were people who said that their balance dropped by like 25% and they sold all of their coins and then they bought them back and had them sold again. So doesn't look good for Binance. But another thing they did, because Binance, like last month, they had another thing where they had to shut down the exchange for a day, and John McAfee said that they were hacked, but they said, no, we're not hacked. This is just some glitch in the system that we need to reboot everything. But this time, apparently, they may have been hacked by like third-party API stuff. But I do, again, like how Binance handles these things, okay? So like last time, a month ago, when they had to shut down for like a day, all right, they were in constant communication with people saying, hey, it's not that. We're working on it. We're doing the best we can. It should be up here. Sorry about this, all this stuff. Very good interaction with the community. This time, potential hack. They're not sure how it's done, but they offer a bounty for the arrest of the hackers. Very cool way to deal with it, all right? That way, they can find the hackers and then figure out how it was done and then put them in jail, all right? Now, next news. Here's one. I love these things about adoption because, like I said, guys, when I was talking about Google search and Bitcoin price, how the more adoption, the higher the price is going to go, and that means more money for you and for me. Here is something with adoption. So BitHum, South Korea's largest exchange, is going to be putting crypto kiosks in restaurants. That means you can pay for your food and everything else in crypto straight from the exchange. That's going to help drive adoption, ease of people spending their cryptocurrencies, because guys, the two major hurdles in terms of cryptocurrencies, once people understand what they are, getting into Bitcoin and cryptos and getting out of Bitcoin and cryptos. Those are the two major blocks. We've removed those blocks, or at least greased them a little bit so people can, you know, slide on in, slide on out. Then put a little lube on them, if you know what I'm saying. Then more people will use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Going along with adoption, another big thing about adoption is this, it's not happening yet, but Praetorian Group files to be the first security token ICO in the US. Now, for those of you in the US, you know it's very difficult with ICOs. You pretty much can't, unless you're an accredited investor. For some cryptocurrencies, it's just a whole big pain in the butt, unless you do it illegally where you could go to jail. So I don't recommend doing that. But to deal with that, a lot of ICOs say they're utility tokens, not securities, all right? Because the SEC doesn't like people dealing with securities unless you have a lot of money, because they think people can't handle their money, I guess. Now, it should be said that there is a new wave of security tokens, like things like Polymath. Okay, they just had Polycon in the Bahamas, I think it was. Yeah, so the push is to have more security tokens, and I think that'll be good. But the SEC cracking down on it, all right? They think they just want to protect people. That's the reason the SEC does it, to protect people. Now, going along with the SEC, I know, the news, I just like segued the whole news thing for you. It's like one to the next, to the next, to the next. Such a smooth segue. I know. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Next one is cryptocurrency trading platforms must be registered with the SEC. So right now, the SEC kind of only regulates Coinbase, maybe some other US ones. Okay, now they want all the cryptocurrency trading platforms to be registered with the SEC so they can know that there's no crazy trading going on. And they do this. They do this for our benefit to protect investors and prevent against fraudulent and manipulative trading practices. Why the hell did it take them so long to crack down on BitConnect? Like seriously, everybody knew it was a Ponzi for like 6 months, a year. I don't even know how long. But why did it take them? If they just, I mean, they say this. They say this. It's really just so they can have more of your money. That's all. That's all. They don't want you to make money without them being able to get a portion of it. That's why. That's why. But on the news, again, the segue, guys, I told you, I lined it up just like, you know, very smooth. The segue here with the government's taking your money. So earlier in this week, I met with my friend Dan, and we were talking about money. He read this book on the history of money. And while I didn't read the book, he basically said that like there's been a whole bunch of monies throughout time. And the ones that end up lasting, the ones that become adopted, that maintain their value, are the ones that you can pay your taxes in. Well, that makes this article here fantastic, because Arizona now allows people in Arizona to pay at least their state taxes in Bitcoin, which helps to validate Bitcoin, helps make it say, hey, this is real money comparable to the US dollar or whatever else. So if you can pay your taxes in it, that's going to help adoption. That's going to help public belief in the value of Bitcoin, and therefore more money for us. That's what I just keep doing. More money for us so we can have those sick yacht parties. We can have all types of fun. Now, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap this week. Guys, it's been a crazy week. Another one. Oof, Bitcoin down 20%. Am I crying? No. This is awesome. Every time I see in the red, I'm like, cha-ching. Because, guys, listen, okay? Buying anything, I think they say this with real estate, but you make your money when you buy, you get your money when you sell, okay? So when things are in the red, when prices are low, good time to buy. When things are in the green, when prices are up, good time to sell. So you make your money on the purchase when you buy it at a cheap price, you get your money when you sell it at a higher price. That's what we're doing because we're smart investors and we're not emotional traders and we don't fund FOMO, and that's what we're doing. But taking a look at things, it was tough because I was like trying to pick out a few that actually did good this week, and it's like, well, NEM and Tether, all right? They did great. There are a few other ones, so we'll just take a few at the ones that lost the least. I was almost going to do the ones that lost the most, like Electronium, even though they were just listed on Binance. Still, in my opinion, a shitcoin, but I don't, whatever. Come on, mobile mining, guys, seriously, come on. You need processing power to do mining. It's like mobile airdrops. Sign up for mobile airdrops. Yeah. Okay, but before we get into that, go ahead. Again, guys, you can just write all those trolley comments down in the comment section. I know, I earned it, all right? So first we'll take a look at Bitcoin, okay? Overall trend of Bitcoin. Now, guys, right now, Bitcoin is seeing support at the 200-day moving average, okay? So this is generally the lowest of the low in where it goes. If it breaks through the 100-day, we start to see support around 200-day, and 2 times we've found support in the 200-day moving average of Bitcoin. Now, another thing that we're seeing is this little wedge right here, like almost an ascending wedge. The top one is flat, the bottom one is here, and I know, guys, this is amazing technical analysis right now. But oftentimes when this happens, boom, it'll flip, and that can be headed up, all right? But also, I'm optimistic about Bitcoin, so, it could be that. Obviously, not a technical analyst, but I just like to take a look at things and see how they're doing. Guys, the prices right now are as low as they were way back in November before the whole thing. So, these prices are great. If they keep going down, even better, because I'll just be buying more. And every time you buy a fixed dollar amount and the price gets lower, that means you get to buy more, which is very cool. So some other coins that did surprisingly well this week. First one is NEM. So NEM had some issues with like the coin check, I think a coin check hack, the exchange where they lost a whole bunch of NEM, but NEM handled that very well, okay? Now they are actually up. They're one of probably the only coin in the positive this week, all right? And I think we know why, because they showed off a big list of projects using the NEM blockchain. All right, guys, these platforms that have a whole bunch of other things running on them, that's good, okay? Because when the other things are successful, that means the platform's successful as well. And NEM, big platform, fast transactions, the super nodes, all of that stuff. But take a look at how many projects they have, okay? Apostyle, LuxTag, Open Apostyle Prover, Bankara, DM Coin, MyCoinVest, Arrow Trading, Asta, Astora, Dragonfly, RapidCube, and it just keeps on going and going and going. So this is cool because all of a sudden, boom, they're in the game. There's probably like 30, 40, 50, something like that, a large number of applications on here, okay? Big projects built on NEM, and that's going to help the price jump up. Now, right now, it's just up a little bit. It went from like 2 cents up to like $2 and some. Now it's back down. So, they showed off and the price jumped up. Right now, I think a lot of projects just aren't showing news because there's nothing happening with Bitcoin. Once the Bitcoin price goes up, then they'll start releasing all these news, and then boom, prices will start shooting off like popcorn all over the place. But let's take a look at the next one, Storj. Now, it wasn't a spectacular week, but it wasn't in the positive for sure, but it wasn't terribly negative this week. So Storj, decentralized storage. This one, personally, if you guys just want to know, I'm not a huge fan of decentralized storage because centralized storage is a lot faster, and people want their shit fast when they want it. We're an impatient society, myself included, super impatient. So as a general idea, I don't think it works, but I mean, maybe there is a place for it because the low cost compared with like Amazon AWS. So maybe there is. But the news this week that helped out Storj potentially, okay, former Docker CEO named CEO of Storj. All right. Now, when I saw this, I was like, Dockers, what did like pleated pants have anything to do with decentralized storage? But it turns out it's not that. Docker is an open platform for developers and sysadmins to build, ship, and run distributed applications, whether on laptops, data center, VMs, or cloud. So basically, you can build and run these apps on anything. And so it seems like probably a good fit because he has experience with dApps, now moving to blockchain, all that stuff. Sounds good. Next one, guys, is Monaco. This is one of the payment cards. So like I said previously, one of the two sticking points with crypto, getting in and getting out. Well, payment cards is one of the easiest ways to get out of crypto. You can just spend it as easy as you could spend any other Visa card anywhere else. And that's why it's super cool. But Monaco has some other news this week that helped the price shoot up. So the big news was Charlie Lee tweeting, Monaco, Monaco. All right. And then I just love the back and forth of this stuff. It's just like, you can't say anything without people just saying whatever. But I just love it. You know, it's fun. It's fun to read. Someone, right, Charlie, you really need to get her life and stop tweeting about other coins, especially after you buy or sell them. I think you're one of the most prominent people in crypto. Don't spoil your reputation by doing this. And then Charlie Lee says, I don't do that on a daily basis or even a weekly basis. I think he was like poking at John McAfee. But sometimes I do like to give props when I see it and have only done so sparingly. So, I mean, maybe he does see a lot in the project for Monaco. And, guys, Monaco also recently has began their beta testing for their wallet app, for their credit card, for their app, for their investing. So basically all of that stuff, they have their closed beta going on now. So they have all that. And then their Visa card coming out. So they have a whole bunch of stuff in the works. People are saying price could go up quite a bit. People even said like similar to Ethereum. Who knows? I mean, if this becomes a primary card that people use to get out of crypto or to spend their crypto, then yes, absolutely. Other competition they have 10x. They have, I mean, even, this is the curious thing that I thought about this, is Charlie Lee saying Monaco, but didn't they just come out with LightPay, the Litecoin credit card? So, you know, I just wonder where he's going with that. Anyways, those are my thoughts. That's it for the weekly news, the cryptos that didn't do terrible this week. But guys, on a red week like this week, the best thing you can do, where are we going? Here we go. The best thing you can do, if you believe in cryptocurrencies, and again, not financial advice, not financial advisor, but guys, if you have fiat and you want to move into crypto, this would be a very good week to do it because, you know, discount. Everything's on sale. All right. So for those of you who stuck around to win that free Ledger Nano S, you can go to crypto-love.com/ledger. You can enter to win there. And then lastly, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for hanging around. Guys, if you haven't, click the subscribe button. Daily videos where I wave my hands all around. I say dumb stuff. I also talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies every day. Also, guys, hit the like button. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, I don't even know what date it is, at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, we'll be having a late night live stream. I will be giving away one of those Ledger Nano S's. You need to be signed up to win it. And then, yeah, that's awesome. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Happy Monday. Have a good one. All right, peace.